I get asked to review budget guitars all the time, usually from email accounts that look like they are ran by a Nigerian prince who wants me to hold on to $1 million for him. You probably know what I'm talking about. The same accounts that ask me if I can check out this hand massager because I guess that's on brand. Like, maybe you need a hand massage after shredding. Let's be real though, this looks like a failed toy for shredding your own lettuce, if you catch my drift. Oh, no. And now they probably have a warehouse full of them, so they have to hastily rebrand them for guitar players that also shop on Alibaba. I usually ignore a lot of these emails, but the other day I got one from a UK-based company called Gear4Music. If you aren't aware, Gear4Music is an online store that also has their own in-house brand of guitars in the beginner price range. At first I was like, I don't know, dog, that's a long way to ship a guitar. But then I started looking at the specs compared to the price. This gave me strong, agile, circa 2009 vibes, if you know what I mean. We have a guitar with a burl top and stainless steel frets, a 5-piece neck, lumen lace side dots. I'll get to the specs here in a minute, but these are things that you normally find on high-end guitars. However, this particular guitar comes in at 279 pounds, or whatever that is in dollars when you are watching this video, probably around 315 to 318. Kinda insane specs for that price, so I became instantly intrigued. And now here we are, with another video titled, What's up everybody, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Taylor. I have a very budgety guitar here for you. You probably already know by now what we're doing here. Let's just open it, right? I don't need to embellish this. I feel like I need to come clean about something. I had to repack this guitar. I originally unboxed this guitar for my patrons over on Patreon. Where else would my patrons be? But yeah, we can cut to that right now. I'm not trying to threaten you with a knife. That's hostile. Getting back to what I was saying, instrument cables, some Allen wrenches and stuff. So the cool thing about this guitar is it is a budget, I would call it an ultra budget guitar, because, ooh, this feels very nice already. But when I opened it up on that video, the camera's out of focus and I just didn't do a very good job unboxing, so I put it all back in the box the way that it would appear to you if you bought one, so that way you have a good idea of what, really? How did this battery die? So I put the guitar back in the box so that way you would have an idea of what it would look like when it showed up to you. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Am I saying words that make any sense? So at first I was a little bit concerned when this thing showed up, and then I opened the box and realized like, oh, it actually has this, get out of here. It actually has this, you know, piece of cardboard around the headstock. There's enough room here to where the guitar has a little bit of wiggle room in terms of impact. Now we can get rid of that thing that it landed right on this, that's funny. Now I can get rid of that thing now that I showed it to you. Huh? Nice reverse headstock. And I'm just remembering now. My first impressions of this guitar were, you know, it was very nice. I'm remembering now. It's all coming back to me. This is a very nice looking guitar, dude. All things considered, I mean, look at it. For those of you unaware, they're a UK-based store. They sell all sorts of, like, you can go on their website and buy like Jacksons, Schecters, whatever, but they do have their own in-house brand of guitars, which is what we're looking at today. It is pretty nice, you know, especially for the money. Feels really good too. It's got some weight behind it. Let's read the specs. This is the G4M529 Pro FR. This particular one is in the Glacier Burst finish, or if you're from the UK, you probably say Glacier Burst finish. We don't. In America, we call them Glaciers. All right, y'all? Yeehaw. It is a 25.5 scale guitar with a bolt-on neck. The body of the guitar is made out of ash, featuring a unique poplar eye burl satin top. And the top also has this really nice black binding. It comes with 2 high output ceramic pickups, and I don't see any branding on these, so I'm assuming these are in-house pickups. For the bridge, we have a Floyd Rose Special. Moving back up to the neck, like I mentioned, it is a bolt-on C-shaped neck, and I would describe the C-shape as modern. It is not the thinnest C-shape that I've played, but it definitely falls in the category of thin C-shaped modern necks. And the neck is a 5-piece maple and artificial rosewood neck with a laurel fretboard material. The neck radius is 16 inches. We have 24 extra jumbo stainless steel, yes, you heard that correctly, stainless steel frets on this guitar. We have white ABS dot fretboard inlays with green lumen lace side dots, in-house black die-cast sealed tuners, 1 volume control, 1 tone control with a push-pull coil split, and a 3-way toggle switch. And all of this comes in at 279 pounds, which is about $317.50 US at the time of making this video. So really important to note here, Gear4Music is a UK-based brand, and since I've been in possession of this guitar, the guitar has increased by $2, you know, because of conversion rates. So if you're interested in one of these guitars, you might want to pick it up sooner than later, you know, because you never know what's going to happen in between the euro and the dollar or the pound or shekel, whatever you're using. So my first impressions are, in this case, my second impressions, but like my first real impressions under the lights and being super analytical about it. You know, I think it's very cool, man. I'm not familiar with this brand or with this company until just recently when they asked me to check one of these guitars out. I really like the shape of the guitar a lot. You know, it's got that super Strat shape, but it's kind of offset a little bit. And you have some extreme, I mean, look at this. You can get your hand way up here. You know what I mean? You can just get your hand right up, like there's no, and for a bolt-on, that's pretty cool. Speaking of the bolt-on on the back, this is all rounded and it is carved out a little bit here, so it makes it even more comfortable getting up here. I just think that's really unique for a guitar in this price range. The satin finish is very, very nice. It's super smooth. Again, you know, I mean, it's kind of hard to gauge a little bit because these prices are set in pounds. And since the dollar fluctuates with the pound, like it's more expensive for us now, like this is a $317.50, whatever, maybe it's a $318.50 guitar tomorrow, depending on the US economy. I'm trying to conceptualize all of that and take that out of a picture and view this as a sub $300 guitar, because I think that's like where it's supposed to fall in terms of price. And I think for that, it's very, very nice, man. Top is beautiful. I like the switch being like down here and out of the way. I think that's really great. These knobs feel really nice. They're smooth. I guess the only thing left to do is to plug it in and see how it plays. We're gonna plug it into this Boss Katana. We're gonna do some chugs. We're gonna see if it rips. Let's do it. Okay, let's go to a clean channel here and check out the pickups. So far, I am really vibing with the pickups. I think the pickups sound really good. That is the bridge pickup. Now, one interesting thing here is when this is like up, it's in the bridge position, and then when it's down, it's in the neck position. A little bit weird to me, but you could probably loosen this and like reorient that. That's just the way it came to me. It's a bridge position. Coil tapped bridge position. Middle. Coil tapped middle. Neck. Coil tap neck. So you can hear we have two humbuckers, but with a coil tap, it really just like dramatically increases the amount of tonal landscape that you can cover. Pretty neat. Let's do some chugs, yeah? These are relatively quiet pickups. I'm very surprised. Now, they're not the highest output pickups that I've ever heard in my life. But I'm not mad that they call them high output pickups. They definitely do have high output, but they're a little bit less than maybe something like an EMG or certainly a Seymour Duncan Blackout or something ridiculous like that. Yeah. Let's boost this amp with the devil pedal, right? I really like the way it sounds. I like the way it plays. The neck is a little bit thicker than something that I'm used to, like something like a Jackson maybe, but Jacksons have extremely thin necks. I don't think that there's anything wrong with the thickness of this. I think if you are used to playing something a la Fender or maybe even Schecter or something like that, you get my point. If you're used to playing something like that, LTD maybe, this is probably in line with those guitars. Like it is a very normal modern C shape. I'm not having any problems playing it at all. Now it did show up to me set up in E standard. Number one, the setup is very, very good on this guitar. Like I was actually pretty amazed at how well everything is set up. The fretwork is very, very nice. There's nothing sharp or pokey at all on this guitar. The quality is like really what's striking me about this guitar as being a very nice guitar. Again, set up in E standard so I can do this. where, I gotta, oh, shit. I think I left the Floyd Rose at home when I unboxed it the first time. Okay, I'm back. I told you I had a whammy bar. I just got this at home yesterday, hence the chain shirt. So, whammy bar. You know what that means? It's whammy time. I don't know why people hate on Floyd Rose specials, man. I think they're really good, and I think if you upgrade them with a brass block and the noiseless springs, it makes them even nicer. Makes them feel just a little bit more premium. You know what I mean? But if you do want to get those flutters a little bit more intense, a brass block and the noiseless springs will really, really help that out, in my experience. Let's put some effects on here, yeah? It's a fun guitar to play, man. I'm actually really enjoying playing this guitar a lot. No bullshit. Okay, so I'm able to form an opinion very quickly on this guitar, and that's really for one simple reason. When you are buying a guitar, there is like a value proposition, and it is a sliding scale, right? Think about this in terms of like cars. Cars are very similar in a lot of ways. On the very low end of the car scale, you have something maybe like a Honda Civic. Excellent gas mileage, gets you from point A to point B, maybe doesn't have a lot of features, but isn't going to set you back a lot of money, as opposed to something on the other end of the spectrum, like a Lexus, a very nice car that has a lot of features, maybe things, you know, that you wouldn't even necessarily think you needed in your life. Do you need a massaging chair that heats up? But my point is, the cars will both get you from point A to point B. And the value proposition, as you get to the other end of the spectrum, the value proposition starts to fall off, right? So it is not dissimilar with guitars in a lot of ways. Now, where this falls in terms of its price, again, I'm just viewing this as like a $300 guitar because of the fluctuating price difference between pounds and US dollars. So let's say a $300 guitar. For $300, you are getting a lot of value. You have a Floyd Rose special. You have, in my experience here with these, very good pickups that are coil tapped. So you have a lot of like tonal variations with them. You have the stainless steel frets. The fit and finish of the guitar is really good. Everything feels nice. The satin finish is very, very nice too. It's very smooth. You know, if you like satin finish guitars, it's, chef's kiss. Now there is a caveat to that, and the caveat is if you are in the US and you are looking at one of these guitars, the fluctuating price of the dollar, potentially the shipping, potentially the import fees, might move it into less of a value proposition because of all of those things adding to the final total that you are ending up paying for it. But if you're in like Europe or the UK, the UK specifically, and you don't, it's domestic, you don't have to pay import fees or whatever, this is an excellent value. I think it looks very nice with the 5-piece neck. The guitar itself is actually an excellent value. That just might be the issue. It's like the cost of actually getting it in your hands. All right, shout out to Gear for Music for sponsoring this video. Shout out to you for being here with me. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you really liked it, consider subscribing or joining these beautiful people over here on Patreon, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.